Tigers, ranked 21st by me, 23rd by Fangraphs. They're trying to win the division this year. They made some moves. The goal is to win the division. The goal is to make the playoffs. A lot of people are high on the Tigers. I don't really believe in them that much. They added Gio Urshela, Andrew Chafin, Jack Flaherty, Kenta Maeda. They also added Bly Madris, Mark Canha. They traded for Mark Canha. And they also extended Colt Keith. Big losses, though. Miguel Cabrera retired. Eduardo Rodriguez was their best. Eduardo Rodriguez was their best pitcher last year, and they're losing him. And they also are losing Spencer Turnbull, Austin Meadows, Matthew Boyd. It's just, I just think losing Eduardo Rodriguez is big. You add two pitchers who are okay, but not going to pitch like Eduardo Rodriguez did a year ago. Tariq Skubal is going to be a Cy Young candidate. I think he's really good. I think he could potentially disappoint people because him and Cole Reagans, both AL Central pitchers, left-handed pitchers, who were really good a year ago. People are like, hey, they're going to continue that. And I also agree. I think both Skubal and Reagans, specifically for the Tigers, Tariq Skubal is going to continue to pitch that way after coming back from surgery. I'm pretty sure Tommy John surgery. But it's about, I just think there's potential where there's a little bit of declining. Jack Flaherty was really bad last year in St. Louis and in Baltimore. I don't think he's the big name he was in 2018, 2019 when he was a Cy Young candidate. I think Jack Flaherty is not that good. And it's him. They add Kenta Maeda, who's older and not necessarily that good either, coming from Minnesota. Those two guys are the replacement for Eduardo Rodriguez, who was an all-star and was really good. The Dodgers tried to trade for him a year ago. Matt Manning is an interesting name. Same thing with Reese Olson. Both young guys who we don't know a lot about. They can be really good. They can also struggle. Any prospects? They have Ty Madden on the way up, potentially. The bullpen, Jason Foley's not bad. He's pretty solid. Andrew Chafin, they bring him in. He's pretty good. Alex Lang is pretty good. You have a nice solid group of bullpen arms. You have an okay rotation. I just don't see the hype with this team being a playoff team. I don't think this is a playoff rotation unless Matt Manning and Reese Olson really pick it up. People like their offense. That's the main reason people are high on them. Carson Kelly's a solid backup catcher. I think Jake Rogers can surprise some people. He's a really good defender and has some offense. He can provide offense. At first base, Spencer Torkelson, a former first overall pick, disappointed in his first year in the big leagues. And I think he's at almost 2 years because he got sent down in the middle of 2022. I think he's going to be very good. He has his second full season, and he's going to become an all-star caliber guy. At second base, Colt Keith, a Rookie of the Year candidate, got his 6-year contract, his 6-year deal. The hope in that is that he's so good that you're saving money in the arbitration years. Colt Keith, I think, again, it's difficult when you put a lot of pressure on a specific guy. This contract is showing, hey, we believe in you, but it's also pressure. Like, oh, we think you're going to be amazing. Do it now. And I think it's difficult for young players sometimes. Not all of them can live up to that hype. Third base, Gio Urshela is a nice signing. I think he's a really solid signing. A solid hitter, solid defender at third. It's that simple. Not an elite signing, but a solid signing. A spot that Andy Ibanez had before, or Matt Vierling, or Jack McKinstry. Now it's more of a Urshela has that on lock. Javier Baez. People are saying Javier Baez is going to get back to what he was in Chicago, what he was the 2 months he was a New York Met when he starts competing. I disagree. I don't think Javier Baez is ever getting back to that. I think he can maybe get back to being average. He's an elite defender still, but he strikes out. He swings at everything. I just don't believe in this Tigers team that much. Mark Canha is a really good trade, a solid offensive piece. He's not an 800 OPS guy, though. Like, that's his ceiling, pretty much. Center field, it's supposed to be Parker Meadows, really good defender, not an elite hitter. Riley Green is really good. He strikes out, and he also swings and misses. But a lot of people strike out and swing and miss. But all of his other numbers, he hits the ball hard, and he was good. He had a 796 OPS last year. And he underperformed in a lot of his peripheral numbers, a lot of his expected stats. Riley Green underperformed. And then there's Kerry Carpenter, who I said was going to be good last year, and he was. I believe he follows that up with another solid season. There's also a guy named Jace Young. What's his name? Jace Young is the brother of, I'm blanking on his name, from the Rangers, the third baseman. That's going to bother me. He's really good, and he could get called up soon. I don't see the hype up around this team being the division winner. I can see this team winning the division if everything goes right. I just think the Twins are 100% better than them. I believe in the Guardians more than I believe in the Detroit Tigers, simply because I don't think the Tigers have that great of a rotation, and they have Tariq Skubal and a bunch of average to below average guys, or young guys who aren't proven. My over-under was 79. Vegas says 80.5. A lot of people would take the over. I would take the under on 80.5.